I haven't been a fan of this duo for long, but I can tell you when I found them, they were highly intriguing. The band's called Wargasm. They're from the UK. They have to put UK at the end of their name because I believe there's another band called Wargasm. And they rock, man. I mean, I think I've been waiting for them to release their debut album Venom for a good bit now, as when I first heard them in like 2018, 2019, they were kind of, teasing an EP that was coming out, and that was really all we had from them was EPs. But now they have their first full length out, and boy, what a trip! What a trip it was. There was no songs really on here that I would say were my least favorite. I guess a couple of okays that I have are Bang Your Head, Modern Love, and Sombre Goodbye. The only reason Bang Your Head's on here is because Fred Durst kind of ruins it. Yeah, he's a feature on this track. He's the only feature on the album, and even though I grew up listening to Limp Bizkit and I liked some of their stuff, I can definitely tell you that Fred Durst is not the best when it comes to lyrics and bars and all this kind of stuff, and he comes on to spit and scream. It just, it's just funny to me, especially toward the end when, they're saying like, oh, so what we gonna do, Fred? It's like, okay, that didn't sound, like, it made me laugh of just how they're like, yeah, Fred, what are we gonna do? It's just, I don't know. Other than that, the song's okay, but not my cup of tea. Modern Love is kind of more regular alt-rock track than I think anything, because this band likes to mix metal and electronic music together. But with Modern Love, yeah, you still get that, but it's a lot more, how I say, somber than the other songs, which brings us into Sombre Goodbye, which kind of just plays as an outro with a little bit of lyrics here and there, but nothing more. And then the rest of the album pops in as my favorite. We have the title track to kick things off after the intro. That just goes hard. Minigun is a short 2.5-minute track that just absolutely reminds me a lot of, the new metal days. Death Rattle's nice. Ride the Lightning, Do It So Good was, I think, one of the couple singles I heard before the album came out, and that was a whole lot of fun. This is their, electronic and metal elements coming together. We have the song Feral, which is weird because it's a good song, but at the beginning they're talking about, oh yeah, Will Ferrell, Colin Farrell, and by the middle of it, before they get to the breakdown, they just whisper, Colin Farrell, and then that's when the breakdown hits. It's like, okay, I mean, I never thought I would hear that name before you just fucking go crazy, but, here we are. Sonic Dog Tag is the longest song on this record at 4.5 minutes, and this thing also goes very, very well. Then we have S.A.D. or S.A.D. and then Outrage that are also on here, and these tracks, kind of still play off what you would expect from Wargasm, and they're just catchy, and they're nice, and I feel like this band is only really just getting started, despite them being around for a while now, a little under 10 years. They just are so interesting, and at points they can be so weird to where it just reels you in and intrigues you so much. And I feel like this debut album embodies everything that they are, and it gives you everything that they, have to give you, from, the more pop elements, electronic elements, to the metal elements, rock. They just mix it all together so well, and I had a lot of fun listening to this album in general. Overall, I would say an 8.5 out of 10 for Wargasm's debut is something that I was not expecting, but yet here we are. And I hope that they can continue down this path of just making great music, making great records, and not kind of be that band where it's like, okay, we showed you what we got, now let's see what else we can do. Not saying that they can't experiment later down the line, but I just want to hear this same intensity album through album, even while they try to experiment and do other things as well, because that's what makes them so interesting. But that's my thoughts. You can tell me in the comments below, what do you think? And until then, stay safe out there, and I will catch you all in the next one.